Hi friend, I'm Kristen, Doctor of Physical Therapy at Into the Light Healing and Bodywork. Our exercise flow today is an introductory series that promotes gut health and also helps to heal the enteric nervous system. We'll stay lower to the ground for this series, but we'll still get a good workout. All right, let's meet on the mat. Let's begin in a cross-legged seat, or really any position that's comfortable for you. Our intention here is going to bring our awareness and our breath to the belly, to the guts. So what we'll try to do for a few moments to get our practice started is breathing into that space. And some people find it helpful to think about when you breathe in, inflating a balloon inside your belly. Really letting it stick out. And then as you breathe out, the air kind of comes, the balloon deflates, the air kind of goes in and up, out through the lungs, through the throat. So finding a nice pace for yourself. You can breathe out the nose or out the mouth, whichever feels more comfortable. Just taking this time to really settle in, shifting gears from whatever you were just doing into this practice time. If you like here, we can even add a couple different hand positions. So you can either bring your hands over your thymus, which is the seat of the immune system, with the intention of bringing the breath and healing into the thymus as well as the guts. Or you can bring your hands, so find your belly button, and then place the knuckle line of your hand, of one hand, just above. So we got one finger in the belly button, knuckle line above that, and then stick your other finger, point your finger right on top of that knuckle line. That's your, on your conception vessel meridian. That is the system point for the enteric nervous system. So you can hold that point. Notice how you feel when you're engaging that system. Continuing to flow, breathing in and out. Keeping the head lengthened away from the body. Maybe tucking the chin slightly. Engaging your core muscles. Or maybe if your digestive system is having a little bit of an issue today, we can find the digestive system point. So once again, finding the belly button, sticking your finger in there. And then we're just going to do 2 finger widths above this time. 2 finger widths, and that is the conception vessel 10, digestive system acupressure point. Hold here, notice what you feel. Coming back to that imagery of the balloon if it's helpful for you. Filling up as you inhale and deflating as you exhale, tightening the tummy towards the spine. All right. Next, we're going to make some circles with our torso. So scooping the belly button in and up, kind of engaging the corset of the abdominal muscles here. We're going to lean the torso forward and then shift it over to the right. Keep your left sit bone on the floor. Then we're going to tuck the tailbone under and lean the torso back, shift it to the left, and then untuck the tailbone, leaning forward. Keep that right sit bone anchored on the ground and moving in a circle. We will find nice flow here. You can even incorporate the breath. Maybe breathing in as we move forward and breathing out as we go back. Try to keep the thighs relaxed. Abdominals engaged, working to support the spine. Getting a little stretch through the back or side body. And if you need to take a moment to stretch a little extra in one spot, that's totally okay. And the next time we come forward, we're going to reverse the circle, shifting to the left and then backward, and then right, and then forward. Just making a circle, kind of like you're drawing a circle with your tailbone. And then next time you come forward, you're just going to lengthen the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Bring the knees together, and we're going to lean back. So here, either hands on your shins or just leaning the torso back, shoulders go back, abdominals are scooped in and up. Pull the shoulder blades down your back and gently tuck your chin towards your throat. And then we can either stay here with the feet down and rotate to the left, reach your hands out, bring them in. Rotate to the right, reach your hands out, bring them in. Continuing to flow with the breath here. Or if this is a little bit too easy, either leaning back further and continuing with this motion. Make sure the spine stays long and supported by the abdominals. Or you can bring the shins parallel with the ground and do the same motion. Just choose the level that's appropriate for you. Okay, let's take a moment of stillness here. Leaning back still with the shoulders if you can. Chin is tucked towards the throat. Then we're going to cross the ankles, bring them tight towards your thighs, and we'll roll forward and through onto all fours. Knees should be underneath the hips and wrists underneath the shoulders. If your wrists do not like to have that much pressure on them, you can either have them forward a little bit or you can make fists and just lean on the knuckles. What we're going to do is reach an arm forward, keep the belly engaged with the low ribs knit together, and bring it back down. And then the other side, and bring it back down. Piece of cake, hopefully. If not, stay here if you need more. What we'll do next is reach the left foot back, toes pointing towards the floor, and hips stay in this level position. Like try not to lift the hip as you go back. Then the right goes back. Once again, keeping that pelvis level. If that is a good challenge for you here, you can just stay kicking the legs back or alternating all four of them. Or if you would like to combine them all together, we will reach the left arm forward, thumb up, and the right heel back. And then come back down. And then other side, remembering thumb up, heel up, and alternating back and forth here. Or if you're looking for still more of a challenge, we can crunch our elbows and knees together. And there's two options for this as well. We can either bring the elbow to the knee, the opposite knee, and curve the spine, and then reach back out, put it down. Or we can reach out, right elbow goes to right thigh, left knee goes to left elbow, and then back out, and then down. So find which level feels like a good challenge for you. Or mix it up. Let's see if we can do 2 more on each side. Remember to keep the head back, not letting it fall forward or your chin tip towards the floor, but keep it lifted. Great job. All right, next thing we're going to do is bring the left foot in between the hands. And then we'll kind of knee toe the right leg back a little bit so that the left ankle is underneath the left knee. And then we'll keep that right knee on the ground. Let's take a moment to pull the belly in and up. Engage the inner thighs, kind of like you're trying to squeeze them together, and let that motion pull your torso upward. Keep the lower ribs knit down together. And then maybe, option here, hands on hips. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, my toe might slip, but to lift up that right knee and then bring it back down. Good job. Okay, hand's gonna come down. Lift the left foot, bring it back. And we're gonna keep those toes tucked underneath. Push the shoulder blades down the back. And then lift the buns to the ceiling. Get a little stretch through the calves here. And then we're gonna come forward into a plank. Totally okay to drop onto the knees here. Be sure we're pulling the belly button in and up and pushing those shoulder blades down the back. Great job. Come off of those knees a little bit. Right foot comes in between the hands. Adjusting your position so that the right ankle is below the right knee. And then once again, using the strength of the inner thighs, pulling together to lift the torso up. Continuing with the breath here. You can even jump right back into that abdominal breathing. And then if it's possible, tucking the left toes under, straightening that left knee for just a moment, coming back down. Awesome. Okay, we're going to bring the right foot back and come onto the side. So for this stretch, we will want the legs stacked and in one straight line as if you're on a tightrope. So hip, knee, and ankle are in a straight line. The right hand, if you're on your right side, will come close to the body but not touching. But we want the right arm to be right along the rib cage here. Slight bend through the right elbow. Head pulled back, and then we're going to tip that right ear over the right shoulder. And breathe. Allow the stretch through that right side body. And then prevent the collapse through this left side by lengthening out through that left leg and through the top of the head. A little bit more bend through the elbow. The right elbow will give your wrist a little bit of a break. Try pressing through the fingertips. All right, let's do that on the other side. Hand kind of turned out a little bit. Elbow bent slightly. Arm along the rib cage. Legs stretched out, hip, knee, and ankle on a tightrope. Hand can, or right hand, top hand, can either be used for balance, or if you're trying to challenge your balance here, you can just keep it stacked on your legs. Lengthening up and over, left ear over left shoulder, and then stretching that top leg out to prevent the collapse through the top rib cage. If this is too much for your wrist, you can absolutely drop down onto your elbow, so your forearm's on the ground, about 45 degrees towards the corner of your mat. And then with an exhale, we're going to bend the hips and knees, and then come all the way onto our backs. The invitation while we're here is to find either one of those points again, or both, really. If you'd like, you can do both at the same time, using your fingers to your hand to find the right distance. So either 2 fingertips length above the belly button, or 5, which is the knuckle area of the hand. For the digestive system and the enteric nervous system, just engaging those acupressure system points. And allowing that really important digestive system to be connected with the brain. All these exercises are important to maintain gut health, which is important for overall health. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this video and work on your body. Feel free to use these acupressure points at any time too. It doesn't have to be during an exercise program. All right, I'm going to leave you here. The light and spirit in me honors and appreciates the light and spirit in you. Let peace be with you.